When people think he's he will rise like a phoenix from the ashes. I'm going to destroy this on Saturday night. You watch. Watch me go to work on Saturday night on him. You watch it. I beat him last time.
But I'm looking forward to Saturday night to fucking him up.
Time in his career!
6,
He doesn't
7,
look right!
8.
Will he be saved by the...
Tyson Fury, the man who never stops talking, is eating his words after his shocking loss to Oleksandr Usyk. The so-called Gypsy King had promised fireworks, chaos, and utter domination in their highly anticipated rematch. Fury vowed to crush Usyk, calling him a paper champion, and assured fans there would be no doubts, no mercy, just pure destruction. But in a jaw-dropping turn of events, Fury found himself flat on the canvas by the fourth round, staring up at the arena lights. The very man he mocked as too small and too weak delivered a knockout that silenced Fury and left the boxing world in utter disbelief.
We're going to make him feel he's 37 years, for sure. And he's going to be in there with the Gypsy King, not whoever I was.
The self-proclaimed king of boxing bit the dust once again, and this time the defeat stung even more. Yet, even in the face of such a humiliating loss, Tyson Fury had the audacity to claim the fight was rigged and the judges were bribed. Instead of accepting the reality of his downfall, Fury doubled down on excuses, leaving fans and critics shaking their heads at his refusal to face the truth.
Said from there's no more talking shite. I've had enough. I'm here to hurt this fucker and put on a good show, and that's what I'm not interested in talking or acting up or anything. That's it.
The Gypsy King is rattled!
Believe me, what Tyson Fury said after his crushing loss will leave you shaking your head. Instead of acknowledging defeat, the Gypsy King claimed, "The fight was rigged and the judges were bribed." A bold statement from a man who just got laid out in 4 rounds by someone he called too small and too weak. Fury's post-fight remarks weren't just shocking, they were downright baffling, leaving fans wondering if he was watching the same fight as the rest of us.
It's on Saturday night. I'm going to go to work on him.
It wasn't just a sporting event, it was a defining moment. For Tyson's loved ones, it was a chance to truly grasp the depth of his connection with fans. Seeing his kids experience that outpouring of love firsthand was, for Tyson, nothing short of heartwarming. Or at least as heartwarming as it gets for a man whose life has been equal parts triumph and chaos.
And that got Usyk off balance. I don't know if he slipped or buckled him.
I was to hit him on the temple. I just think
The pre-fight press conference was a spectacle in every sense. Tyson Fury leaned heavily into his trash-talking persona, labeling Usyk a blown-up middleweight and mocking his broken English. Fury accused Usyk of ducking him in the past and boldly declared this time, "There's no place to hide." Usyk, calm and composed, simply responded with a smirk and a measured reply. "The ring will decide." The stare-down that followed was just as intense. Fury, towering over Usyk, attempted to intimidate him, but Usyk refused to break eye contact, a silent, powerful message of defiance. Much later we find that Usyk went on to become an exceptional warrior, training hundreds of men. Some believed Fury's size and aggression made him unbeatable, while others placed their faith in Usyk's technical mastery as the key to victory.
Fury had a chance maybe to step on the gas there, but again he
The
elected.
first round started with Fury looking sharp, his size and power on full display as he pressed forward, landing heavy jabs and keeping Usyk on his toes. But the tide didn't just turn, it turned violently. By the second round, Usyk's strategy began to unfold with surgical precision. Known for his speed and unmatched combinations, Ukrainian started slipping Fury's punches and countering with crisp combinations. Fury, despite all his trash talk, grew visibly frustrated. The Gypsy King's trademark smirk was replaced with a grimace as Usyk found his rhythm. The crowd could feel it. Something was off. Fury was supposed to dominate, but instead, he was chasing shadows, unable to land anything meaningful. The third round was nothing short of a masterclass from Usyk. His dazzling footwork, razor-sharp punches, and impenetrable defense left Fury looking slower, clumsier, and, dare we say it, desperate. By now, the trash talk felt like a distant memory.
Glamour division of boxing, and these guys are not letting.
Every time Fury lunged forward, Usyk made him pay with precise strikes to the body and head. The Ukrainian's timing was impeccable, and it quickly became clear that Fury's size advantage was meaningless against Usyk's superior skill. Ivan Fury's corner looked alarmed, shouting instructions that sounded more like desperate pleas than well-thought-out strategies. The loss reignited debates about Fury's mental preparation and focus. Critics were quick to point out his constant media appearances, exaggerated training claims, and flamboyant lifestyle, suggesting they had distracted him from the task at hand. Some analysts argued that Fury's overconfidence led him to underestimate Usyk's calculated approach. In stark contrast, Usyk kept a low profile in the lead-up to the fight, dedicating himself entirely to training. This striking difference in preparation styles became one of the fight's biggest.
Fury's in trouble!
Then came the fourth round, the round that sealed Fury's fate. Usyk unleashed a blistering combination, leaving Fury wobbling like a skyscraper in an earthquake. The arena erupted as Usyk, sensing blood, moved in for the kill. Fury tried desperately to hold on, throwing a weak jab to create distance, but it was too late. Usyk landed a thunderous right hook, followed by a devastating uppercut that sent Fury crashing to the canvas. The referee's count was a mere formality. Fury wasn't getting up. The self-proclaimed king had been dethroned again, and in spectacular fashion. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? What followed was chaos. Instead of acknowledging Usyk's brilliance, Fury went on an unhinged tirade, claiming the fight was fixed and accusing Usyk's camp of bribing officials. He even hinted at sabotage from his own team. Yes, the man who spent weeks mocking Usyk as a coward now refused to accept his defeat with any grace. Social media exploded. Fans and pundits alike called out Fury for his lack of sportsmanship. "If anyone's a paper champion, it's Tyson Fury," one commentator quipped. Fury's bribery claims were as vague as they were outrageous. He offered no evidence, no specifics, just a series of wild accusations that only tarnished his own reputation. The judges were bought, the ref was blind, and Usyk didn't even hit that hard, Fury fumed during the post-fight interview. It was the kind of delusional performance that made you wonder if Fury had watched the same fight as the rest of us.
Do you believe it? Do you believe it?
Fans were quick to call out the irony of Fury's complaints. This was a man who built his career as a larger-than-life villain, a master trash talker who thrived on controversy, now crying foul because he couldn't back up his words. "You said you'd destroy him in 6 rounds. What happened?" One fan posted. The answer was simple. Usyk happened. Wasn't the first time Fury had fallen short against Usyk. Their previous fight ended in a unanimous decision for Usyk, a result Fury blamed on a bad training camp and ring rust. But this time there were no excuses. Fury was knocked out decisively and undeniably by a fighter he had spent months ridiculing. If anything, the rematch only highlighted the gap between the two fighters. The fallout wasn't limited to the fighters. Reactions poured in from across the boxing world. Conor McGregor, never one to miss a jab, quipped, "Maybe Fury should try UFC. Less talking, more punching." Meanwhile, Usyk's camp celebrated the victory with quiet dignity, focusing on the preparation and discipline that had secured their win.
Stop it! Whoa! Fury! He's down!
Fury's antics didn't end with the fight. In the days that followed, he unleashed a series of bizarre social media rants, blaming everyone but himself for the loss. His credibility took a massive hit, with pundits questioning whether he could ever recover. "It's one thing to lose. It's another to tarnish your legacy by refusing to face reality," remarked one analyst. Beyond the drama, Fury's loss raised serious questions about his future in boxing. Can he rebuild his career after back-to-back losses to the same opponent, or will this mark the decline of a once dominant heavyweight? For Usyk, the victory cemented his status among the all-time greats. A technical genius, he systematically dismantled one of boxing's most boisterous figures. Leading up to the fight, Fury's camp released footage of his life. Fury's childhood friend led the way to a mighty scoring streak, leading to imprinting flashbang videos on YouTube for the first time. Usyk, by contrast, stayed out of the spotlight, focusing on grueling drills and precision-based training. The stark difference in their approaches spoke volumes. Smart analysts dissected the fighters' preparations. Many noted that Fury seemed overconfident, relying on bombastic bravado, while Usyk appeared laser-focused and disciplined.
I put on a good show, and that's what I'm not interested in talking or acting up or anything. That's it.
That was a very intense and long face-off. What was being said between you and Oleksandr in that face-off, Tyson?
On fight night, the energy was palpable. Celebrities packed the arena, with stars like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, David Beckham and LeBron James spotted ringside. Social media buzzed with anticipation as hashtags like #FuryUsyk and the Gypsy Falls trended globally. Fury, draped in his signature flamboyant robe, made his entrance to a deafening roar from the crowd, complete with pyrotechnics and his trademark bravado. In stark contrast, Usyk followed with his calm, composed demeanor, highlighting the difference in their approaches. The atmosphere was electric and the stakes couldn't have been higher. Oxygen commentator Max Kellerman observed, "Fury treated this like another show to headline, while Usyk treated it like war." Behind the scenes, rumors swirled about Fury's team dynamics. Insiders hinted at tensions among his coaching staff over training methods, which may have contributed to his lackluster performance. Now, the boxing community is left speculating about Fury's future. Will he return for another fight or take an extended hiatus to regroup? Meanwhile, Usyk's victory has elevated him to global superstardom. Fans worldwide are applauding his discipline, humility, and extraordinary skill.
Rings, he'll see another round. But oh my word, will we see the Gypsy King go down in flames?
The rematch not only showcased the technical beauty of boxing, but also underscored the importance of mental toughness and respect in the sport. In the end, Fury's rematch with Usyk wasn't just a fight, it was a reckoning. Fury talked the talk, but when it came time to walk the walk, he stumbled. Literally. While his trash talk may have entertained fans in the lead-up, it's his inability to accept defeat that will be remembered most. For all his bravado, Fury proved one thing: sometimes the loudest voice in the room is just noise.